mean, we've been working on the game for 2+ years, and what we really wanted to do, I mean, we have passionate fans on this team that love the sport of MMA. So, I mean, you know, their goal was to make a game that was authentic. I mean, that's what EA Sports does. We make authentic, you know, sports simulations, and just, you know, capturing also the strategy and timing of the sport. That's something that a lot of people don't realize, is how much of that is in the sport. It's not just, you know, guys getting knocked out. There's a lot of strategy and timing in the sport that we wanted to make sure that we incorporated into our gameplay. So, you know, for striking, for instance, striking is consistent no matter where you are, whether you're on the ground, in the clinch, or standing. We have total strike control, which is a variation of total punch control, modified version of that, which is striking is on the right stick. We also have button controls, so some people don't like the right analog stick, but it's consistent. When you're on the ground and a guy's about to change position on you, in a real fight, you'd feel that movement. So we're actually simulating body control with rumble, so that you feel when someone's about to advance position, so that gives you a window to counter or to block. So, you know, it gives the guy on the bottom a chance. The ground game, you know, follows that same thought process of strategy. So, you know, in order to advance position, it's strike to pass, pass to strike. So, you know, you have to set up your next move, and you have to be strategic in how you're doing things when you're on the ground, and really, you know, think out, you know, what you're trying to do. We've done a ton of research into all the styles, all the fighters. We watch a ton of film on all these guys to make sure we're accurately representing them in the game. You know, the fighters' feedback themselves has been great. You know, we've had guys like Jacare came in. We have guys on our team that actually fight. So, you know, we rolled out the mats, and like Jacare put on a clinic, you know, at our offices, and the rest of the game team's there with, like, you know, notepads just taking notes. So, you know, those guys have been great. Guys like Big John McCarthy, who's been able to come in and give us a lot of feedback on the rules of MMA, how judging is done, things of that sort. So, I mean, you know, we've gone in granular detail to making sure that we are representing the sport of MMA in the most authentic way possible. There's a lot of great fighters in MMA all over the world. You know, we've guys like Shinya Aoki from Japan that we have in the game. Guys like Fedor Emelianenko. We have Randy Couture in the game. So, you know, there's a lot of big names that are still out there. You know, Strikeforce has a lot of big names. Dan Henderson, we just signed him to be in the game. So there's a lot of big names that are still there. You know, one thing we find in a lot of our games is that, you know, a lot of guys want to play as themselves as well in the game. You know, and you know, we're going to talk more about that, but, you know, you're going to be able to bring yourself into the game as well. Nick Diaz fights like Nick Diaz. Kung Lee fights like Kung Lee. So fighting with a different jiu-jitsu guy, you know, every jiu-jitsu guy is not going to play exactly the same. They're going to fight the way they fight, so that, you know, there's a reason to play with every guy in our game. So, you know, we wanted to make sure that, yeah, we have a solid roster, but there's also a reason to play with those guys within the game. Yeah, the one thing I can tell you about this game is that, like, it's being made by you. It's being made by fans of the game. And not only that, but, you know, we opened up our forums when we announced this game this past June. The game is set to ship in late 2010. So, I mean, we've had a long period of time where we've been listening to the fans of what they want in an MMA game and making sure that we put it in there. Not only that, but the fighters are, you know, a lot like our NFL players. They're gamers, and they want to make sure that this game is great because they want to play it too. So we've been listening to them, we've been listening to our fans, and making sure that we're making the most authentic game possible, because, I mean, that's the game that we want to play. EA Sports MMA, it's coming on the PS3 and the Xbox 360 in late 2010.